was pretty much free, the top quality and all of that. And I think it gave me an opportunity to kind of climb the ladder of education. So uh, I started with my background is nursing. I'm a registered nurse by profession. And after acquiring my bachelor's degree in nursing, I felt like I definitely shouldn't end here, despite the fact that I was a mother. But I've always, wanted to, go higher than just a bachelor's degree. So
Hmm.
I worked for a couple of years. Then I went back to do a specialization studies in health promotion, which kind of empowered me a lot. It
Yeah.
gave me, totally different perspective
Hmm.
on healthcare and health promotion in general.
Yeah.
Then I went back to the field working, but then felt like, okay, I think I still need to climb higher. So I went back to do a
Wow.
master's degree in healthcare, which I did at the same time when I was working, and of course raising a family,
Hmm.
and that was not so easy. But I think one of the challenges I had was the fact that I had to, juggle between work and school, and take care of my children who were very young, so take care of the family in general. Yes, and I do remember my day, Bone, that in 2013, after I had graduated with my master's degree in
Hmm.
in 2008, I worked for some years, and I wanted to do my doctoral thesis already,
This
or I
is,
wanted
yeah,
to pursue
degree.
my doctoral education.
Yeah.
In 2013, I came up with a very beautiful research idea and topic, which was, I would say, very topical. And
Hmm.
if you think, I'm thinking about the challenges right now. So I
Yeah.
had this professor from one of the university in Eastern Finland
Hmm.
who called me, and we went through my research idea, and she was so amazed by it. She
Hmm.
actually said that, yes, I'm definitely going to be one of your supervisors.
Hmm.
And I remember that at the end of our 45 long discussion, she asked me, where did you get your master's from?
Hmm.
And I told her I had it from a University of Applied Sciences, and she was like, okay. So at this point, I think you definitely need to contact, somebody else, and all of that. So I remember that evening I cried. This was in
Hmm.
2013, and I was like, okay,
Wow.
what's the difference between the master's degree that I had uh, in the University of Applied Sciences and a traditional university?
Hmm.
And I sent so many emails to different professors, also some of the professors that she had recommended, and I got nothing,
Wow.
no positive reply or response. So I decided to go back to the university in 2016 to do a
Hmm.
second master's, and this time I was very intentional. I wanted to do it in education, leadership in education at the University of Tampere, which I did,
Hmm. Hmm.
and after that immediately I had two admissions to do my doctor for a doctoral program, one in Tampere and one in Helsinki University. So I decided to choose Helsinki University.
Hmm.
So at the
Hmm. Hmm.
moment, I'm pursuing my doctoral studies,
Yeah.
second year going, and I'm really enjoying it. But like, I wanted to bring this out that I'm
Hmm.
so glad this has changed. This
Hmm.
happened in 2013, but
Hmm.
this is not the case today. So
Hmm.
if you have your master's uh, from the University of Applied Sciences,
Hmm.
practically you should be capable or able or qualified to do a doctoral program at the
Wow.
university. So I'm so glad that there's been so many
African.
positive changes that
Hmm.
has
Hmm.
occurred since
Hmm.
then. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
but that's
Wow.
kind of so at the moment I'm studying and working as well full time.
Wow, you're such a strong woman. I really admire you so much for your courage and everything. And in terms of you, with the studies that you've gone through, I mean, even with your family, how challenging is it as a mother of four? How do you, put everything together? How do you balance it, in everything that you do?
Yes, I have to say that it is very challenging. There are certain things that you will probably have to readjust,
Mm.
and unfortunately, you get to spend probably less time with the family, but it is all about prioritizing, right?
Yeah.
So, family time is family time, and time to study is time to study. All through those years, I traveled to so many different countries with the kids. We were in Switzerland.
Wow.
Every skiing holiday, I was somewhere.
Mm.
We to
Mm.
Dubai twice, to Germany, to Holland, to UK 3 times. So I was constantly traveling with the family,
Yeah.
because I consider those moments, the time that I can really spend out of this country and be with the
Mm-hmm.
family. So yes, it's about prioritizing things, and making sure that you don't lose focus or
Focus.
lose track
Yes.
of what's really important,
Mm.
and that's
Mm.
family.
I think that's a great advice. Like everyone should just be focused on what your main priorities in life. And part of it is even if you just want to be a mother and also a working mother for that matter. I mean, what's more important in life? That's what you should go through. And and I know that for years, me, I've been living here for like 16 years. It's not that easy to pull everything together, to juggle everything together, and to just see you gracefully doing it is inspiring. And we need more women like this to actually show how much they put everything, and balance everything together. It's like effortless when you're doing things like that, you know. And that's why I always say when I see women who are really striving hard and doing beautifully in everything they do, and they're still looking beautiful, it shows how much, it tells a lot about you, as a person. So, we are going to continue with the questions because I know this is a lot of things a lot of people want to know. It's not a secret that there is a lot of discrimination in the job market in Finland. Okay, how does it feel to work in an institution that seems to employ very few immigrants? So, any advice for the employers in Finland? With all your
Yeah,
journey,
yeah,
through it,
yeah, yeah.
and I think you're a senior lecturer. Maybe probably they can listen to someone like you.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. That's an interesting question, actually, and like you rightly said, it's not a secret that there's a lot of discrimination
Mm,
in the job market, and I know different cities have tried different, strategies on
mm,
how to solve this problem, but it is an ongoing problem.
yeah.
Yes, I do work in an institution that that has maybe
Mm,
few immigrants, especially who, people of my color, or
mm,
women
mm,
of my color, and this is something that I constantly wonder, and it's not just in my institution. I think it's a general problem.
mm,
It's in all walks of life in Finland, that you do really have very very few migrants, especially in the top positions, and this is definitely something that I am hoping that will change at some point.
mm,
And it's a collective effort. We need to be able to speak out.
mm,
I don't think that there are less qualified teachers or lecturers. Uh, you understand, who would be
mm,
able to
yeah.
to do the same thing that I do. No, I don't think so. I think there are so many immigrants out there who would be
In teaching. Mm,
excellent lecturers,
mm,
and also the fact that they would be able to teach in a language that they understand, and their
understand.
own
Yeah.
language or first language.
Mm,
So I really think that it's not easy. I have to say that it is not
mm,
easy. There are so many challenges. There are good days, there are bad days. The good days are when when I see students. I'm lucky to have been working in this institution for over 10 years,
mm-hmm. Yeah.
or 11 years actually. And I have graduated over 200 registered nurses.
Oh,
Some of
wow.
these registered nurses are already doctors, medical
Mm,
doctors. Some of them have had doctorate degree in different fields. And I am so proud.
mm,
I'm so proud of all of these students, and many of them are making, they are making inroads into different areas, different fields in life, even besides nursing.
Mm.
So, and these are the good things.
Mm.
And but the challenge always is when you look at how many immigrants, qualified immigrants, are out there,
Mm.
working in different areas that they don't really benefit
Love.
much, or that is so different from what they've studied.
Oh yeah.
That is where I feel so bad. You
Mm.
have people out there who are, PhD holders,
Mm.
working as cleaners, working as, bartenders,
Yeah.
working as maybe kitchen assistants.
Mm.
That
Mm.
is definitely, I would say
Mm.
that not okay.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
Yeah.
And I think that in a country where these different persons are, educated, there's so much that is being lost. And I think that the country
Yeah.
would benefit a lot if
Mm.
we could just employ, or just, keep aside this issue of, okay, this is an immigrant, or
Mm.
you're less qualified. We start
Mm.
making excuses, or the language skills are not good. There are
Mm.
jobs where the
Mm.
language skills are not even needed, but you'll
Yeah.
definitely see less immigrants doing those
Mm.
different jobs.
Do you think the language skill, I mean, the Finnish language, is it a big challenge, especially when you're going into being a lecturer or
Mm.
being a teacher in this country? Do you think it's a big deal? Like,
Language skills are always a challenge. I would say
mm,
that the language, it doesn't matter where you are, the language of that country, or that is spoken in that country, it's definitely your number one. Learning that language is your number one priority,
mm,
because it is the key that will unlock the doors
oh,
to
yes.
so many different things.
Mm,
Yes, I happened to work as a head nurse.
mm,
We call it Osastonhoitaja,
yeah.
or, Watz sister,
Mm.
and I'm very proud to say that I was one of the first immigrant women to be in that position.
And
Uh,
we are so proud of you, really,
yes,
to see
yeah.
an African doing,
Yes, for
doing
about two
great.
years
Yes.
before I moved into teaching,
Mm,
that's what I was doing,
mm,
and I have to say that without the language, definitely I would not have been able to do that.
oh, yes.
Secondly, when I moved to Laria, even though I was teaching mainly in English,
Mm,
all the meetings were held in Finnish. All the meetings were
mm,
held in Finnish, and
mm,
definitely I would say that without my Finnish language skills,
mm.
it would have been difficult for me to get a permanent job there. So what I'm saying here is that yes, the language is very,
Very
very important.
important. Yes.
I had to supervise many students in the field, during clinical placement, and
Mm,
all of the discussions are done in Finnish, right?
mm,
Yes. So
mm,
am I saying I'm perfect? And
mm,
in the language, no, I don't speak perfect Finnish, but I speak enough to be able
mm,
to get me through my work on a daily basis.
mm.
So I'm just saying here that nobody should expect perfection from themselves as long
Yeah.
as you came to this country as an adult. But
Mm.
be bold enough to use the language on a daily basis and just improve yourself as you go.
Yeah, I think it's quite important for everyone living in a country to understand how the speak the language. I know it's not that easy to learn this language, but at
Yes.
least if we make more effort, I think it would get us so far in this country. You know how to integrate, you know how to do a lot of things, with it, as long as you know the language. Oh, that's beautiful
That's very
answered.
true. It's one
Yeah,
of the most difficult languages, I would
it
say. It is
is.
a
It
very
is.
difficult
It
language.
is.
But what I always say is that think about what you benefit from it, and it's
Mm.
almost like taking the bull by its horns.
But
You know what I mean? So
exactly.
you just have to say that, okay, there's something in this for me. What are
Mm.
my priorities?
Yeah.
Where do I want to see myself 5 years down the road?
Mm.
And that's something that would definitely motivate
Mm.
you.
And especially if you know you're going to be living in this country on a long run, I think it is important for us to learn the language. Yes.
Do you know what I'm gonna say about that?
What?
What I'm gonna say about that is that you don't even need to know if you're gonna live in this country for
But
long. You
because
understand?
I've met people, along the way,
Yes.
and friends and colleagues, they talk about, they're like, oh, probably they don't know how long they can stay in the
Yes.
country, or they want to go.
Yeah.
But of course, sometimes they end up that they start living in Finland,
Exactly.
and it's
Exactly.
like by the time they now get to like, oh, can I still learn the language now?
It's already late.
It, well, to me, I still feel it's not too late.
The reality is that the older you get, the more
The,
difficult it's going to become. You know
yes,
what I mean?
I
The
know
older you live in this country without learning the language, the
the
more
language.
difficult it's going to become.
Yeah,
And
well,
I
that's
can
true.
I can give you a couple of examples. When I came to this country, I can still tell you it's 24 years, and I can still tell you five, six, or seven people who told me 17 years ago that I'm
Mm,
just waiting for my residence permit and I'm
mm,
going to leave this country. I'm just
mm.
waiting for this and I'm going to leave. And they are still here. And the fact that they had already, blocked themselves by saying that I'm going to leave this
That's true.
country,
That's
it
true.
made it very difficult for them to absorb the language. It made it difficult for them to learn the
Mm,
language. And
mm,
what I constantly told them is that, you know what? Language will always be an advantage wherever
mm,
you go. So
mm,
even if you're going to live in this country for 2 years,
mm,
learn the language, learn as much as you can for 2 years.
mm,
You might
mm.
just save somebody somewhere else
No, you're
in
right.
another country. You
Mm,
might just find yourself in that job interview where they're asking you what are the different languages that you speak.
mm,
Finnish being one of them will definitely, put you above the
mm.
other applicants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how long you plan to stay in a country. When you get there, just learn the language because you never
Mm.
know where you need it. You never know where life is gonna, that life has
Life's good.
twists and turns, and
Yeah.
you
Mm.
just never know where you're gonna end up.
You heard it from our lecturer, okay? That the language is very, very important, for us to learn. And I wanted to ask you this question. You've been a lecturer, you've been an African, and you're lecturing, other Africans, and when you see them out there in the parties or in the social gathering, how do they relate to you, or how do you relate to them? Do they still see you like the same lecturer, or are they friendly, or you are friendly, or because I'm really curious to know. Because I have a dear friend too. Her name is Bidemi. She used to lecture in the University of Viva Scala before she left the country to go to another, to look for another different part. You get what I'm saying? She was just telling me how well it's been a big challenge for her. That is that maybe the guys, especially, they are kind of rude. Maybe when she's talking to them, thinking that, oh, who is this small girl that wants to be telling me what to do, or who is a small girl? And she was really young when she started teaching there, actually. And, for you that you've been lecturing for over 10 years, so that means you started in your 30s as well. You get what I'm saying? What are the challenges you go through with that?
Wow. Yeah, this is the thing I like about myself, right?
Yes,
It
yes.
is so important not to ever in your life try to be somebody else,
Mm,
you
mm.
know. And the thing I like about myself is that I will never even give myself an opportunity to be somebody else. I am just who I
Yes.
am, right?
Mm,
And
mm,
I'm very good at wearing different hats. I'm
mm,
so good at that.
mm,
When I am in school, the moment I step my feet or my legs in school,
mm,
that's when I put on my, lecturer's hat
mm,
on.
mm,
And I'm so, um, I'm a professional
mm,
at that point. Everything I do is definitely by the books and by the instructions and regulations and all of
mm,
that, right?
mm,
Agreed.
mm.
I'm very principled in that sense. And when I'm out of that
Yeah.
building, when I'm out of that building, I'm again totally somebody else. I'm
Mm,
Emma, right?
mm.
So what I'm trying to say here is that when I meet a former or my students or even former students in
Mm.
different parties, which I do all the time,
Yeah.
even sometimes in nightclubs, we enjoy ourselves.
Mm.
Yes, I never make any distinction. Like, sorry, not distinction. I never feel like okay in that or moment I am that maybe person's lecturer or teacher or whatever. No, I
Mm.
am Emma then.
Mm.
Of course, I'm Emma always, but then I am not wearing my teacher's hat.
Mm.
And I enjoy myself very well. Very
Okay.
well. Life is so short.
Yeah.
Life is so short, and it's about living the moment, right?
Mm. Mm.
There is no reason for me. Let me give you an example. I went to a nightclub in Helsinki a
Yes.
couple of years ago, and I was there on the dancing floor because I love dancing.
Mm.
Everybody, those who know me know I can dance even to news.
Mm.
And I was there like really enjoying myself, and then when I just came back, when I came back to sit down, guess what? I saw four of my students sitting just opposite where we were sitting. And of course they've been there for a while. I just didn't notice them. Do you think that my enjoyment would end there? No. So I went to greet them. I said, "Oh my God, I'm so happy you guys are having fun."
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's always a time to learn. There's a time to have fun as well.
Yeah.
It's time to study. So and I went back and I was dancing the entire night.
Mm.
The next Monday, that was on a Saturday, and on Monday we're back in class.
Mm.
And why I'm in class, I'm totally different. So
Mm.
I'm sorry, I'm so different in that sense that I'm very situational,
You know.
right? I'm
Yeah.
very situational.
Yes. Okay. Wow. I've actually experienced the other side of you when you really dig in it, because I see you love dancing in the social aspect, but in the lecturer aspect, I haven't. So I don't know how serious you could be, but I really enjoy this other side of you, getting to
Yeah,
know you and all
yeah,
that. So
yeah,
it's been
yeah,
rewarding to know you.
yeah.
And yes, talking
But
about,
let,
yes,
let me say one more thing, my dear Yvonne.
yes,
Talking about the challenges, because you
yes.
referred to your friend,
Mm.
and some of the challenges she
She,
had with
yes.
some of the students. I
Mm.
have been teaching in the international group
Mm.
for, like I said, over 10 years.
10.
I
Mm.
started in 2010 actually, so you can do
Mm.
the math. This is 2023, so I
Mm.
started in 2010, and I would say that the groups are usually so heterogeneous. We're having students from
Mm.
all over the world, honestly, and some of the challenges I have, because you have students who don't even know how to call me Emma. It's very
Mm.
difficult for them to refer me, or to call me as Emma.
Mm. Yeah,
And
yeah.
it, despite constant reminder that it's okay, you can call me Emma,
Oh, yes.
it's very difficult. But one of the things that I have faced, especially with African students, is that usually, and I faced the same problem when I was working as a head nurse, because
Mm.
during that time I employed so many immigrants, and when there is something, right, usually the tendency, because we come from a culture where we talk about godmothers, godfathers, or then I know this person,
Yeah.
and sometimes they have unrealistic expectations.
Mm.
And when I am, because I am a professional and I have to go by the books and the rules
Mm.
that the institution definitely has to follow, maybe degree regulations, I find myself sometimes in a situation where they feel like, okay, oh, I was expecting that Emma should just let this go, and she
Mm.
cannot let it go. So I have had some difficulties as well in
Mm.
that aspect. But the reality is that I am just doing my job,
Mm.
right? I am
Mm.
just doing my job. Don't
Mm.
also forget. Don't also forget that I mean I have to go by. I have to play by the books.
Yeah.
I have to play by the books.
Yeah.
I am a placement coordinator, which means that one of my responsibilities also to confirm or accept the different clinical placements that students
Mm.
have booked, right? It's a
Mm.
huge responsibility. And I get a call on a Saturday where a student is pretty much begging me to confirm her booking, even though she doesn't have the required number of credits to go do a placement in this particular place. And
Mm.
my question to this lovely student is that, why, when you're begging me, it feels like it is up to me. But it
Mm.
is not up to me, sweetheart. It is there are guidelines. We have a contract that has been signed
Oh yeah.
with these different hospitals, and
Mm.
it states there very clearly that before a student is capable, or before a student is qualified to come to practice in this specific unit, they need certain number of credits. And because you don't have those number of credits, I cannot accept the place. I cannot confirm it. So you understand what I mean. So these are some of
Mm.
the challenges I have to that I'm dealing with on a daily basis. But I also understand where we come from,
Mm.
because you understand what I mean. I
Yes,
understand
yes,
because
yes.
I know where we come from.
Mm.
Yeah, but mm,
Before we go on, I would like to ask our audience if you have any question, please chip in your questions, and our special guest is ready to answer them. Okay.
yeah,
All right. So let's proceed to the procedure.
yeah.
Yes.
My dear Ebon,
Yes.
just so the audience know that
Mm.
um, I I I am one of my principles,
Mm.
one of or values, my core value as a teacher
Mm.
is fairness and equality. There is
Mm.
no way, under no circumstances, that I would treat any student unfairly.
Differently.
Actually,
Mm. Fair.
I'm so fair in my judgment, in my actions,
Mm.
and the students know about it. They know that
Mm.
and I say it every day, that please, even if you're having a group work, I have zero tolerance for free riders, because
Mm.
everybody needs to put in the work.
Mm.
Everybody needs to work. So that's how far I go with fairness. So everybody's
Mm.
treated equally.
Mm. Even me as your friend, with the experience I have with you, I could feel how professional you are in terms of when you're talking about your work life, and it's quite different, which I know and which I respect, that you know how to balance everything, when it's time for you to play, when time for you to be serious, which is really good because that's what is taking you so far in life, and which I really admire about that. So I have to ask you this question. You are also is a CEO or chairman of EID, right?
Yes.
Organization. Where did EID come from? Why the name EID?
Oh, that's good. Yes, it reminds me of the four pages of different names, trying to figure out which name would really suit the
Mm,
objectives of this organization, right?
mm,
Or this association. Heed, um, the meaning of the word heed is to comply, to follow, certain things, and to just, you know, do things the way it's supposed to be done.
yeah.
Heed to advice.
Mm,
Listen to advice, right?
mm, mm,
And Heed Finland was founded in 2018,
mm.
so it's been 5 years
5 years.
now,
Mm.
and it's a non-governmental
Organization.
organization
Yeah.
that has three main objectives: to
Mm,
promote education,
mm,
health, and integration of
mm,
immigrants, with specific emphasis on African immigrants in
mm.
Finland.
In film, yeah.
Why did we come up with this organization? I have lived in this country, as like I told you, for
Mm,
so many years. I have benefited from free education. I have the knowledge that I can take care of myself and
mm,
my health, because they
mm.
say knowledge is power.
Yeah.
I have integrated very well,
Mm,
right? I can't
mm,
complain.
mm,
And so, sitting back and asking myself, how can I give back,
mm.
right? How can I give back? I have seen many things as a community leader.
Yeah.
I've spoken to so many people, women,
Mm,
men, couples, and going through different kinds of challenges,
mm,
whether it's
mm,
health challenges, or then the integration process and all of that, or then the education of their children.
mm,
So after listening to all of this different and providing guidance, right,
mm,
I felt like, okay, it's very important that this is made official, because this is
mm,
my own way of
mm,
giving back to this
mm,
country that has, given me so much
mm,
that my own
mm.
home country could not have done,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we discussed this. I took the idea to a couple of people, discussed it with them, and they were like, okay, yeah, this is very good. So that's how we came came about registering HEAD.
Mm.
And like I said, it is so important that we as immigrants in this country, as Africans, we are able to address the issues that confront us as a people,
Mm.
as a group, right? As a group. And I think HEAD was born for that purpose.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. And I hope that our people, especially our community, really understand why this organization is here in Finland. How well do you think that Africans are, coming to support one way or the other with this organization, or even just even being a participant of your organization or whatever event you have? Because I can see you're also under this health thing going on. Should I call you health guru nowadays now? Because I see your social media. Okay, we're going to talk about that one. But how well Africans really
Yeah.
is reciprocating, to this?
That's a wonderful question. It's a beautiful question. I would say that not so well. I have to be honest with you that other immigrant groups have benefited from, the free guidance that
Mm,
HEAD
mm,
has offered
mm,
all through these years. I'll give you an example.
mm,
Okay, let me give you a couple of examples. We have organized. Let me say we came about, or we organized the first ever chronic disease awareness
mm,
month in Finland. That has never existed,
mm,
right?
mm,
And I see myself as a lady on a mission to fight chronic diseases, because unlike infectious diseases, chronic diseases doesn't tell you that it is eating you within,
mm.
right?
Yeah.
You only get the symptoms for some
Mm,
of the chronic diseases when it's already so late, right?
mm,
And
mm.
for that reason, I'm like, okay, we need to sensitize our people.
Yeah.
We need our people to understand the changing dynamics when they move from Africa to Finland,
Mm,
that it's not the same. The
mm.
same food you eat in Finland, if you eat the same food back in Africa,
Yeah.
the way your body processes it is
It's
different,
different.
right?
Yes. No, you're
Uh,
right.
and other issues that I can, when I think about our eating
Mm,
pattern,
mm,
when I think about our physical activity as well,
mm.
sleep, and all of these different things that puts us at risk of developing chronic diseases, I came to the realization that there is general lack of knowledge. So let us come up with this whole campaign
Mm.
of educating people, giving them knowledge, so it's easier for them to make informed decisions. So uh, we have we had we've had many well-being days where immigrants, African immigrants, can pretty much just walk in, measure their blood pressure,
Mm,
measure their cholesterol, their hemoglobin,
mm,
their blood sugar levels. Then we even do a body composition test,
mm.
which is normally you pay 50 euros, but we do it for free, just
Wow.
so they can know about, how much water they have in their body, the
Wow.
fat percentage of visceral fat, the fat in the blood, the muscle mass, and all of these things that would
Mm,
give them a clean bill of health, or that would get them thinking. And then
mm,
we offer guidance on these different topics. And
mm.
I had an event in Itakeskos that was attended by 200 people,
People.
right?
Mm, mm,
And when I go through that list, I have 5 Africans out of 200. I just want to
ugh,
give you a concrete example. I
mm,
have 5 Africans out of 200. So you have all of these different,
mm,
people who are, and I have to give credit to the Somalian community, because
mm,
very often I would say that most of these people, at least for this last event, we've had other events where you've had in Itakeskos, where you've had a large Somalian community participating, and I give them credit for that. But when you think about all the other African
African
groups,
countries. Yeah.
no, we don't understand the concept of prevention.
Mm.
We don't understand the concept of prevention. I hear people saying that, oh no, if I go there, HEAT is going to be a popular organization. So there is also this issue of not
Mm.
supporting each other, feeling that, okay, if I attend the
Mm.
event, oh,
Mm.
they're just going to grow bigger, they become popular, which
Mm.
is a totally, this, I would say, this very backward
Mm.
mindset,
Mm.
very, very terrible mindset that we have.
I think it is actually providing what people can actually reach, and you're making it even much accessible for them to
Yes.
reach out, and you have more information to actually give to them that they don't really understand. And I don't understand why they have to say, okay, you don't want to make it popular. What does that matter? We're talking about our health here.
Exactly.
We're talking
Yeah.
about being our mental state. You shouldn't be thinking about how popular an
I'm sorry.
organization is going to be. But I must say, I can relate to that, okay? Because, you are Cameroon, and I see that you go to Cameroon events, you're always so supportive. I see you, even sometimes when I talk to you, on the phone, you be like, oh, I have this Cameroon program, I have this, I have that, you know. But it's just so surprising that I see they're not reciprocating back, you know, that you are, kind of, you're helping, you're helping people for free.
Let me shock you even more. Let me
Yes.
shock you even more. 2020, when we had, also as part of the chronic disease awareness,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We designed it because we are so action oriented.
Mm.
We designed it in such a way that we were going to incorporate a seminar, a physical activity day, and then the health checks.
Mm.
So we had a sporting activity day in Esport,
Yeah.
where we had football competition,
Mm.
we had a riding competition. So you had like bicycle riders,
Mm.
and then we had Zumba.
Mm.
We had different things. I mean, we had over 150 participants in Esport. And
Mm.
on that day, we decided that we were going to have maximum of 4 teams,
Mm.
because we don't have more than one day. It's just one day event. And I had 4 teams, and one of those, so I had a team from Nigeria,
Mm.
from Cameroon, from Kenya, and also one other country which I've probably forgotten now. And I remember that there were other teams, when they heard about it, other countries, they called me that, please, do you want to take us? Please, we would really love to. And I'm like, I'm very sorry that we cannot go above this
Mm.
number, because
Mm.
unfortunately we have so limited time.
Yeah.
My dear sister, on the day itself, right? On
Mm.
the day itself, one of the team, the one that was closest to home,
Mm.
right, never showed up. They never called me to tell me they were not going to come. And they had confirmed even to the last minute. I'm talking of a football team of more than 15 people, and
Oh, wow.
only one person showed up. Yes,
Man,
that
we
is
gotta do
called
better.
that is called
Mm.
sabotage, right? That is called
Yes.
sabotage. But there's always a saying that, when you do things with a clean heart, God always has a way to protect you. God
Amen.
has a way of turning those
Amen to
things,
that.
in
Yeah.
your favor. It was
Yeah.
a wonderful day. The 3 teams that they played, Ghana, Nigeria, and Kenya, they
Mm.
played. It was a wonderful competition, and
Mm.
Nigeria won, and they went home with the trophy.
Of course.
Everybody was happy.
Oh
So,
yeah.
so yes, this is just an example of, and that is why when I see an initiative like this one, I want
Yes.
to do everything. I
Mm.
drive all the way here because I want to talk to our people. I want to support it.
Yeah.
For us, by us. This is what Nana's TV. That was their watchword. For us, by us. Only
Mm.
us can lift us up.
Oh yes.
Nobody else is gonna do
No,
it.
you're right.
Only us can lift us
Yeah,
up.
you're right.
And by trying to delay some other person would definitely not push you up.
Mm.
No, because God has already designed
Oh
us
yes.
and given us the things that we would do, we will
Oh
accomplish in
yes.
this life.
Oh
And
yes.
nobody can change
Oh
that.
yes. Oh yes. Together,
We are stronger.
we yeah, we are stronger. And I think people need to understand that it's not for your benefit, it's not for my own benefit, it's for our benefit, you know. I mean, what you're doing, I mean, it's so remarkable. Same as JC Radio, Joe himself, thinking about our community and putting us together. I mean, together we win. I just feel that like our people should understand more better. But hey, we have more for you later on. We have to go on break right now. And this is What's Popping with Evan Kivanen and my dear producer, DJ Joe, also is right here with me, and our wonderful guest, Emma Tamaka, aka Miss Ems, is in the house. Oh my gosh. I don't think this episode is going to be enough for us. You have to definitely come back. So, yes, let's listen to this beautiful music.
Angelina, living in Muna, that was yesterday. Oh, Selena, Angelina, Carolina, that was yesterday. Oh, Libunju, oh, media, your best African lady. See, none of them, but none of them are going like you. See the way that you curvy, something like you. Can't put none of them, no. Can't put none of them over you. Girl, this thing when you carry overload. Wami, wami, oh, wami. So I wami, ah, me get Nasawara. Wami, wami, oh, wami. So I wami, ah, me get Nasawara. African girl, you bad in every way. Oscar supply na like I'm on Olympics. Let me lock that curve in your waist. Oscar singars keep us on my keep. Sexy girl, you know you bad in every way. Unkets and ting, I'll show 6 feet. Say me a thing about you every day. I'll show 6 feet. I'll show 6 feet. The bad you're born for my height 3. So you cross the room with the tight jeans. Sexy Ghana girl, you excite me. And your curls got me selling you a pipe dream. So I did the right thing. I could show you nice things. Know you got a job, but you might quit. Once you get a little glimpse of how I live lavish in big mansions. If this work up, get married. If we break up, you can take half then. I'm just joking, I'm a bit savage. Yeah, baby girl on khati. Monte la wati, yeah, opaki. So what pillar we chaffy? Wami, wami, oh, wami. So wami, ah, me get Nasawara. Wami, wami, oh, wami. So wami, ah, me get Nasawara. African girl, you bad in every way. Oscar supply na like I'm on Olympics. Say me lock that curve in your waist. Oscar singars keep us on my keep. Sexy girl, you know you bad in every way. Unkets and ting, I'll show 6 feet. Say me a thing about you every day. I'll show 6 feet. I'll show 6 feet.
All right. Hope you enjoy the music by Stoneboy. Wame is the name of the music. Wame. Marry me. I just had that one. No, Wame means marry me. Okay. But we are taken. All right. All right. Oh, hope you're all enjoying the show. This is What's Popping with Evan Kivanen. And I have my producer right here, DJ Joe, and our beautiful guest, Emma Tamaka, aka Mama M. Somebody's sending a shout out to you. Ajao. He said, love to you, Emma from Mercy. All right. So I can see you have beautiful people that know you here. So welcome to JC Radio. It's a wonderful afternoon right here. We are talking, we are pulling here, right here. So there's a lot to talk about with Emma. And yes, maybe we should continue with that. So I was actually talking about how well I've been seeing you on social media. Or maybe I should just pause this a little bit because, you are a woman of many hats, okay? You do it all. You're a mother, you are even a health guru now, should I say? That is my own term, okay? I know you're not going to admit that, all right? And you are a lecturer. You're also studying to be a doctor. Oh, that's very soon, right?
God willing.
Yeah, yeah, we were actually rooting for you. Oh gosh, we need more of you in our community. And I know there are a lot of people who are also doing it out there, and they also have their own stories to talk about. But you have a lot of things that you've been doing right, for a long time right now. Look at HEED organization. And I can say that I've known you since maybe 2010, when I was still volunteering affairs, by Fatima. And I knew you then. You used to dance with this group. And I've forgotten the name of the group.
Manjong Dance Group.
Yes, that was when I knew Emma. I didn't just know Emma now, when she was still dancing. Okay, so that's been a long time. But then we didn't really, talk, maybe just on a high basis and just knowing you from a distance at that time, because then I was also doing more with affairs as well. And getting to know you, and I see the other side of you. I kind of like really admire you so much, how strong you are, the way you balance everything. Despite the fact things come, in a funny way to you, you don't even make it, about that. You still put on this pretty face, and see how beautiful you are. You're still young. As much you say that you're getting old, I know, but you're not. Okay, so let's go through that health aspect because, as I said, I have seen your social media, you promoting good health, diet, and all. Yes. What actually inspire you this nowadays to actually preach on that? I know you have it promoting health as well, but why, you know, the passion into it now? Let me say, because it's now a more of you putting it out there for everyone to understand the importance of a good health. And looking at you so beautiful and young, you know, it shows and radiating you. So you tell us what actually inspired you and why did you think there's a necessity for us to embrace good health and good diet and exercise and all that?
Thank you. Thank you very much, my dear Ebon. Wonderful question. You have wonderful questions. Jeez.
Of
Oh my
course.
gosh.
All for Mama
Oh my
Hems.
gosh. Yes. This is what I'm going to say. Health is wealth,
Mm,
honestly. We One of the reasons why we left Africa. Let me talk about Africa
mm.
because we are Africans,
Oh,
right?
yes, we
So I'm
are.
going to really emphasize on that because that's the continent I know.
Mm,
We left Africa in search of search for a better life
mm, mm,
in the West. Do you get the point?
mm,
And you realize that when you arrive here, there's what they call the healthy migrant effect.
mm,
Okay,
mm,
you come here, you are all so healthy, right? And after a couple of years, your health takes a downward turn.
mm,
Many people don't know why. Many people don't know why.
mm,
Uh, like I mentioned previously, that I am opportuned to have, educated myself,
mm,
right? Remember in 2013, I told you my first research
mm,
idea
mm,
that I wrote in 2013. That was on chronic diseases.
mm,
I had the roadblocks to start it, but that is the same idea that I modified and used as my doctoral dissertation in 2020. Okay? And it is on chronic diseases. I have also been opportune to attend, you know,
But sorry to cut you in. You've been talking about chronic diseases, and I think just for the benefit of our viewers, let them know what is a chronic disease.
Thank you so much. So, chronic diseases, which is otherwise known as non-communicable diseases, and many people would like to also refer to it as lifestyle disease. These are diseases of long duration, right? Before anything becomes chronic, it's been acute. And the difference between chronic disease and an infectious disease is that it's slow and progressive. So we are talking about high blood pressure. We are talking about high cholesterol, atherosclerosis. We are talking about liver problems, kidney problems, diabetes, cancer, stroke.
Yeah.
All of these are part of chronic diseases. And nowadays, we're also thinking about mental health is also a chronic disease. So it is slow but progressive. So the damage is happening within the body. And unfortunately, because for most cases, there are no symptoms. We think that, okay, we are very young, everything is okay. And some people start thinking like, okay, well, when I get to 40, when I get to 50, then I start thinking of what I eat. No. When you start getting the symptoms of any chronic disease, the damage started many years ago. For some chronic diseases, like for instance, your cholesterol or atherosclerosis, the damage started 10 years at the age of 10. It could start as early as 10 years old. But because it's slow, progressive with no symptoms, we tend to ignore it. So if you would have, if a foreign pathogen, let's say a virus, would invade your body, you would get fever, you would get your body reacting, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you would get treatment as soon as possible. But with chronic disease, because you don't have the symptoms, you think that you are okay until when enough damage has been caused within the body before you start getting the symptoms. That is why I say I am a woman on a mission, honestly, to fight chronic diseases, because I know that so many of the chronic diseases can be prevented by just lifestyle changes. And you don't expect people to know these things without educating them. Some people are opportuned to be in the health sector, but there are also millions of people who are not in the health sector who do not understand these things. Yes. So my doctoral dissertation is on chronic diseases, and specifically my target is mothers, African immigrant mothers, West African immigrant mothers. And you might want to ask me, why West African, why mothers, why African immigrant mothers? And here is my answer to you. We know in a traditional African family or society, right?
Yeah.
The mother is the heart of the house.
Oh, yes.
The mother prepares the food. The mother does everything, not everything, but most of the things. So the mother pretty much controls what is eaten in the house, the physical activity level to a higher extent, right? And what I think, if the mother is knowledgeable enough, then they can make informed decisions. They can make better choices. I see, for instance, a situation where a woman takes yams. Let me give you. I like examples because it's easier to to relate to those. I see a woman, an African woman, takes yams, pour sugar in it to boil. Right? They pour the sugar in the yams, they boil it. The husband comes home, eats the yam. It's like, oh wow, this yams is sweet, it's delicious, right? The children eat the same yams, but they don't know what they're causing, what they're taking into the system, into their body.
Yeah.
Inflammation at its highest. That's what they're causing to themselves. But the mother doesn't know about it. So of course the husband and the children suffer from that.
Yeah.
But if the mother is aware then the whole family benefits.
Mm.
The husband benefits. The husband gets healthy food. The children, they get healthy food.
Mm.
So this is the point. So there's this
Mm.
general lack of ignorance in our community. Another practical example I want to give you is the lack of D vitamins. There's a study that was conducted by WHO's, and we got the results beginning of this year, where lack of D vitamin has been linked to autism. Right,
Mm.
500 samples were taken, or samples was taken from 500 autism children, right, and and they discovered from the parents,
Yeah.
and they discovered that 93% of the mothers of these autistic children had low D vitamins.
Wow.
Right, they were all immigrants. So 93%, sorry, of the autistic children were children from parents who are from Africa, Middle East, and all of that. And now, out of this, a highest or higher percentage of the mothers lack D vitamin during pregnancy. So, as part of what we do in HEAT, I have gone. There's never been any place that I've, not talked about, that I've had the opportunity to talk about health, where I have not emphasized the importance of taking D vitamins. So when I read the findings of this study, I was like, yes, this is the reason why in HEAT we have to keep doing what we do.
Oh, wow.
So there is a lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
People don't understand, and you don't expect them to do things that they don't understand.
Oh, wow. You're really giving us so much information out there. And I hope that all our audiences are listening to us. I mean, man, it's good to have you around, of course. And you're doing a wonderful job with EAD organization. Whatever, even if our own community is not in supportive of you, just keep doing what you're doing, okay? Because you're doing a great job, and we need to be more enlightened out there about us as a community, as an African. We need to be enlightened because there are a lot of things that we don't even know that we need to know. And if we have someone like us doing a great job out there for us to be more knowledgeable about it, please let's all come together and give them that big support, and which I really love that you're doing right here. And we are having it exclusively on JC Radio.
Yes.
Okay.
And I
So
really don't care, darling Ebon,
yes,
to move from one community to the
to an
other,
other, yeah.
talk about health, because we are doing so much in this country. We work non-stop. But what would benefit us and our children if we don't enjoy that money that
You're
we are
right.
looking for? Because health is the first thing.
As you said, health is wealth. Okay. You're a woman of many hats, I said before. You are also a chairman, a chairperson to Money Ellie. Okay. Money Ellie, it's comprises of different organizations like linked with Money Ellie, right?
Yes.
How do you, balance the whole thing? How do you stand strong? Because I've seen you in action, especially at the Finnish Independence Day, which also I had that privilege to sing the national anthem and also perform for everyone. Well, thanks to you for inviting me, and I saw you in action, just giving that speech. And I remember I was just in front and I was just looking at you and I was like, wow, I'm so proud of this lady, And tell me, what are the challenges that you've gone through with, having this big position, um, as the chairman of Moneheli? Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me maybe start by letting our audience know what Money Heli is, right? Money Heli is the largest umbrella organization of all multicultural associations or multicultural, and let me not say all,
Mm.
of multicultural associations in Finland. So it's nationwide and international as well. So it
Mm.
is the largest national and international network of multicultural associations.
Mm.
And we have over 150 member associations.
That's a lot.
Yes, it is one of the key players on integration issues here in Finland. Moniheli has been existing for over maybe 13 years,
Mm.
14, and we have seen Moniheli grow. I've been there, this is my fourth year,
Mm.
and Moniheli has grown from an organization that had a budget of 100,000 to an organization that is running a budget of over 1 million.
Mm. Mm.
Um, we have a board of directors that is comprised of 11
Mm.
members,
Mm.
and we are very diverse.
Mm.
I would say seasoned experts in different fields, which is, I think, it's a good thing. And I am extremely happy to be the chairperson and to be one of those, one of the few persons, I would say, that from my country that has been in that position in Moniheli. So I'm very proud of that.
Mm.
But there are, of course, challenges. Remember, we are talking about multicultural associations. We're
Mm.
having over 150 member
50.
associations.
Yeah.
So it means that we need to have a clear vision.
Mm.
We need to have clear guidelines. We need to, have a working document that is fair for everybody.
Mm.
There are certain aspects that might be okay for me as an African woman, or certain things, but it's not okay for an Asian woman.
Mm.
It's not okay for an Arabic woman. Do you understand what I mean? So that diversity is a strength, but it's also a challenge. And based on the feedback I have received, which I'm very happy about,
Mm.
uh, my leadership skills, I've had to incorporate different types of leadership styles,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
But the fact that I like fairness and I'm very principled
Mm.
has helped me as a chairperson of Moniheli. I like equality,
Mm.
and if there's something that I think, or let me put it this way, my dear, I'm very sensitive. I'm a very sensitive person by nature,
Mm.
which means that I always think about my actions.
Mm.
I always think about the things I say. I always put myself in the shoes of the receiver
Mm.
to think that how would this thing I'm saying go down?
Mm.
And
Mm.
that's something that has helped me a lot in my leadership style.
Mm. Mm.
I respect every member. I respect every board member's opinion. I know how to bring myself down,
Mm.
and
Mm.
talk to people.
Mhm.
I have a very good interpersonal skills, so
Mm.
that way it's easier to work with the executive director, which
Mm.
I respect very much.
Mm.
And together we are able to advance the course and take
Mm.
Moniheli even further. But the
Mm.
challenges are not things that we cannot deal with.
Mm.
Yes.
Mm.
But remember, like I told you, there is strength in diversity.
Yeah.
I work closely with the board, with the executive director,
Mm.
the staff, and
Mm.
of course, all the partners,
Mm.
national, international partners.
Yeah.
We have to work very closely because at the end of the day, integration, we want every immigrant in this country to feel at home,
Mm.
to integrate fully.
Mm.
Integration is a two-way street. We also want the natives and the immigrants to find a middle ground where we can all feel very comfortable and see Finland as a home for everybody.
Mm. Beautiful. I mean, such an amazing work that you've been doing, and it's not an easy thing to just be the chairperson to a lot of organizations. And I know definitely that people are really seeing what you're doing out there. And you've always stand strong as a woman. and as an African for that matter. And, people believe in what you do and what you can bring to the society. You're not just doing it for yourself, you're not just doing it for your family, but you're also doing it for your community, the society, the country that you're living in, that you love dearly. Okay, so that's part of it. And quickly, I wanted to ask you, what are the tips to live successfully in Finland? You know, do you have any tips for that? How to be successful in Finland?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, because you are living it. You are living it. I mean, because I can see it that you're living it. Um, you have a beautiful home. You're a lecturer. You're on your way to be a doctor, and you're holding up for a heat organization, and you're preaching it, sister, about good health, okay, and the diet and everything. What are the things we can actually look forward to? Maybe even if it's just one thing, that we need to know how to be more successful in Finland, what we need to get away, what we need to have in mind, when you are having this, yeah, living in Finland.
Um, I have a couple of things that I would like to say.
Yes.
The first one is believing in yourself
Mm,
and not letting anybody
mm,
whatsoever
mm,
to make you think less of yourself.
mm.
We are individuals. We all have our own goals.
Oh, yes.
But make sure that those goals are realistic goals.
Mm.
Because if you set unrealistic goals, you're definitely going to fail.
Mm,
Have short term goals and long term goals,
mm,
or short term, intermediate, and long term, and climb slowly,
mm,
right? It is extremely important that we talked about the language,
mm,
that you see how you can somehow,
mm,
somehow learn the language. It's so important.
mm,
Um, Another thing I want to say is your attitude.
mm, mm,
Your attitude will take you far.
yeah,
Your
you're right.
attitude will take you far.
Mm,
There are so many people who are advancing themselves
Mm.
into different professions.
mm,
It's not just because of their knowledge,
mm,
it's not just because of their hands on skills,
mm,
it's because of their attitude. How do they relate with people?
mm,
We come from a country which is different in so many aspects.
mm,
What have we learned from here?
mm,
I would advise that try to understand the work culture, the Finnish work culture. I see that every day. I see people suffering every day. I see people losing their jobs. Sometimes, yes, we blame, the Finnish people, but unfortunately, sometimes we have failed to look at ourselves in the mirror, to ask ourselves, what part did I play in it?
mm,
How well do we understand the Finnish work culture? It's a combination of all these different things.
mm, mm,
A simple example would be our time concept.
mm,
In Africa, our time concept is very elastic. But we live in a country where time concept is inelastic. So that's a big part of your work culture, the Finnish work culture.
mm.
You get the job done. You don't take a task and you make excuses. You get it done. And when the going gets tough,
Mm.
because you're going to have hurdles on the way, I can guarantee you.
Yes, you're
You're
right.
going to have hurdles. You're going to have roadblocks.
Mm.
You find yourself on the ground, stand up, dust yourself, ask yourself, what have I learned? Because there's always a learning curve.
Yeah.
Whether it's a good one, whether it's a successful thing or then you were unsuccessful. What have you learned? Dust yourself and move on. And set new goals. Take care of your health. Simple things. We know mental health is becoming a problem, even
Mm.
amongst immigrants. Plenty of things that's affecting us.
Mm.
Make sure you have somebody to talk to,
Yeah.
somebody you trust.
Mm.
Make sure you're able to expand your network, right? If you
Mm.
hear there's an event somewhere, instead of staying in the comfort of your homes,
Mm.
go out and attend that event.
Oh, yeah.
When you attend that event, you're going to meet new people. You're going to talk to different kinds of people. I attended an event where 5 people in that event told us or told the audience that they got their first job
Mm.
through somebody they met in an event. Do you get the point?
Yeah.
Expand your network.
Mm.
That is the world we live in today. It's about networking.
Mm.
That's how you become successful.
Mm.
But also remember that if you set a goal, don't think that it's going to come easily. You're going to work.
Mm.
Even those who are doing money laundering,
Mm.
those who are doing, they are dealers or thieves, they
Mm.
work extremely hard.
Mm.
Those who break into, computers and do all kinds of crazy stuff, trust me, they're working hard as well.
Mm.
There is no job, there's nothing that that's my belief though, that you will always have to put in the effort.
Mm.
Don't be a free rider even in your own life. Have the mindset of, hard work, diligence, and wanting to improve yourself as you go.
Mm.
Have the mindset of always being a half full bottle.
Mm.
Because when you're a half full bottle, there's always room for more. There's always room to learn, right? Because we learn every day. There's never a time when you will say that I know this thing. I know it so well, so I don't need to take any more. There's always space for more.
Mm.
Be curious about what's happening in your
To be
environment.
open-minded. Yeah.
Be open, absolutely, absolutely open-minded. There are many situations where, especially the new ones who come to this country,
Mm.
you come to this country, the person you meet can determine your path.
Mm.
So choose your friends wisely.
Wisely. Oh, say it
There's
again.
a saying that show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are.
Oh, yeah.
So choose your friends wisely.
Wow.
Don't be a friend to somebody that turns to be a competitor.
Mm.
No, a very unhealthy one.
Mm.
Let somebody inspire you.
Mm.
Who is your role model?
Mm.
Seek help from that person. Seek for guidance.
Mm.
Be open-minded.
Mm.
Don't be afraid to approach people because A said that this. Don't inherit other people's enemies. Create your own relationships.
Preach it, sister.
Create your own relationships with that person. Not based on what some other person has told you about them.
Exactly.
So many of us have failed because we do that. So many of us have missed out on so many opportunities.
Yes.
Because we want to be in some other person's shadows. Be yourself. Don't inspire or aspire to be somebody who you are not.
You're not, yeah. I must say, preaching on, sister.
Your day will come. Your time will come. God's time is not your time. Your day will come, your time will come. And you have to trust in the process. Trust in the man upstairs. It might be difficult for you at the moment, but remember, difficulties are there for us to have a testimony someday. So embrace those difficult moments and learn from them.
Preach it on,
Yes,
I can
so
say.
this is all I'm going to tell. And these are some of the things that has helped me succeed in this country. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Oh, no. Embrace challenges. That's when learning, that's when you develop yourself the most. Step out of your comfort zone. Try new things. If it doesn't work, you're going to go back to the drawing board and then you try another thing. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to fail. Yes, because there's always something to learn even from your failures.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't be afraid to fail. Be yourself. Be open-minded. Work hard. don't step on anybody.
No, you shouldn't.
Your time will come because God's time is the best.
Exactly. Yes,
Way to
absolutely.
success.
Yes.
Yes.
Somebody once told me, which
Hmm.
was very, I really loved the way she put it. And this is what she said. As you're trying to put somebody down,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Are you there?
Hmm.
As you
Um,
are trying to
preach
put
it, sister.
somebody down,
Hmm.
that's how some other person is trying to put you down,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Yes. So be very, very careful.
Oh
When
yeah.
as you're pushing them down, God is lifting them up.
Oh
And this is the rule
yes.
of life.
Hmm.
This is the rule of life. Treat
Hmm.
anybody that comes your way with respect. And most
Hmm.
importantly, as human beings, we might hurt each other without knowing.
Oh yeah.
Nobody's a mind reader. If you
Hmm.
have a friend who has hurt you in one way or the other, talk to them, let them know about it.
Hmm.
Instead of going out and, creating confusion.
Hmm.
Because nobody is a mind reader.
Hmm.
And that's the spirit I like.
Hmm.
Personally, if you want to ask me what's the secret of me looking like this,
Hmm.
I'm 46 very soon,
Oh
12th of
yeah.
March. I'm
Oh
turning
yeah.
46. Four
Mm-mm.
kids,
Mm.
22 all the way to 11.
Mm.
I don't go to bed
Mm.
with anger.
Mm.
No, trust
Mm.
me. It
Mm.
doesn't matter how difficult the situation
Mm.
is.
Mm. Mm.
I trust in God.
Mm. Mm.
I believe that He will never give you a burden
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
without
Mm.
showing you the way or giving you the tools
Mm.
to solve that problem.
Oh
It
yes.
might be a matter of time. It might be a matter of time. So
Mm.
when I get to that point when I see that there's nothing else going, do you know what I say? I say, God, let thy will be done.
Mm.
That's all. That's all I say.
There
I
you
don't say
go.
anything else. Let
Mm.
thy will be done. And I
Mm.
end there. And I go
Mm.
to bed.
Wow. That's very powerful, I must say. Because usually I always tell that, we should just be good to one another,
Yes.
you know, because people don't really know the secret of life. Like, let's be good to one another. Don't step on anybody. Sometimes I try to wrap my head around why some people can wake up in the morning and they think, oh, this person, I want to bring that person down because you're not God, you know. And just to see you strive there, I mean, you're up there doing what you're doing. I mean, big up to you. And we are listening now to be successful in life. Let's just be good. Let's just be good. Let's work hard. Let's be open minded. You know, good health. As I said, health is wealth.
Absolutely.
You know, sometimes people have some perspective of being a successful person is when you have your millions or you have your, all the money around it. There's a lot that goes around it,
There's a lot.
Yes, there is.
People, the
Mm.
people you have are your wealth.
Mm.
They're worth much more than the
Yeah.
millions you
Oh
have in the bank.
yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Okay. Oh my gosh. It's like I just don't want you to go. I just felt like we should just keep going and keep going. But hey, I think we still have time. I know what time is it? It's like oh yes. 25 to 3. You know what? I just wanted to say something quickly. Maybe you can explain. Do you think African women are doing enough in this country? You know, you've been an African woman, I'm an African woman. Do you think they are doing enough? Because sometimes when I'm doing a lot of things, I can say I'm very multi-talented in a lot of things. And when I'm doing it, some people say, "Oh, I'm doing too much." But literally, I'm just trying to be myself. I'm just trying to inspire one or two people who can also maybe they think it's not possible in this country that they can also do it. You get what I'm saying? And what do you think? Do you think that like African women are doing enough in the society as a whole?
What I think is that African women could do more,
Mm,
and I think we could support each other even better,
Mm.
harness our resources, because I believe in an African woman.
Mm. Mm.
I believe in every single African woman. I believe in us. But I
Mm.
think what we need to do is to learn how to support and
Each other.
raise each other up,
Mm.
right? Like, to be honest with you, because when if African women could put themselves together,
Mm.
we would move mountains.
Yeah.
I can tell you that for a fact. We would move mountains. So this is all I can say.
Mm.
I believe in us.
Mm.
I believe we are not doing enough,
Mm.
not at all.
Mm.
And the reason why I say that is because there's a lot of potential.
Mm.
There's a lot of potential. I raise my hand to all the African women out there, whether they are into politics or
Mm.
in academia,
Mm.
in different fields, works of life,
Yeah.
and all of that. I raise even mothers. Every African woman's place is important.
Mm.
But trust me, there's plenty of things that when African women come together, because there's a lot that we share in common,
Oh yeah.
to get the point.
Oh yeah.
We would benefit not just mental health,
Mm.
health in general. We
Mm.
can talk about education of our children.
Yeah.
We could talk about education of educating ourselves.
Mm.
We could talk about family life and support each other. There's
Mm.
so many different projects that would benefit. You see, like here in Finland, we have the issue of the one size fit all,
Mm.
which I think doesn't work, has never worked.
Mm.
But if women, African women, could put themselves together,
Mm.
we could identify the things that are peculiar to us, and that way it's easier for us
Mm.
to even affect a change in policy,
Yeah.
to get the different institutions to listen to us better,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
And to come up with different interventions that would address directly our needs.
Mm.
Because our needs as African women or African mothers, if you want to think about mothers, is different from different ethnic groups.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the special characteristics.
Yeah.
But we need women to pull themselves together. Just like I'm saying African men should pull themselves together as well.
You're right.
Because there are specific things that African men, when they come together, they can talk about, they can support each other, just like the African women.
There is room for everyone.
Yes, there is room for everyone. Absolutely.
Big room in this country for everyone. No one is copying anyone. No one. Do what you can do.
There is room.
Be yourself. I mean, that would get you so far. So really wonderful talking to you, my strong woman. But quickly, I want you to answer this quickly for me. Okay, black or white? Choose.
Okay.
You are going to choose. I'm going to give you some questions. Not questions, but maybe like lining like black or white. So you choose one quickly.
Okay.
We're going to go very, very fast.
Okay.
So you choose. Okay. So black or white? You choose one.
Black.
Okay. Fufu or banko?
Fufu.
Okay. Nigerian jollof or Ghana jollof?
Hi, Ghana jollof namadai.
Ah! Shay, my sister. Oh, this one we must fight you with.
I love Ghana jollof.
Ah, these things are just to get to know you. People who haven't known you out there. That's why.
Ghana is my second home, sweetheart. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Ankara or lace?
I love lace.
Okay. High heels or sneakers?
Oh, high heels, come on. Somebody like me with high challenge, I need high heels.
Okay. All right.
Match up to my tall husband. So.
Oh, it's a great honor to have you here. All right, Emma Tamaka, aka Mama Ems. Oh my gosh, you are doing so well. I am so proud of you. Any day, anyhow, any day, any hour. You get what I'm saying? Just keep doing what you're doing. And I know that you're strong enough, to keep going higher and higher. Time don't wait for nobody.
Yes.
And that is what you have shown. And we've said, Kosarugbo ni Ghana. as I said in my mother tongue, that what it means is that there is no whole people in Ghana. So, yes. So, I would say on that note, this is What's Popping with Eva. And our dear producer is here, the Oga Pata Pata. Oh, DJ Joe. And our beautiful, wonderful, wonderful guests, Emma Tamanka. Thank you so much for coming to JC Radio.
Thank you.
This is for you to me. Have a great and wonderful evening. And thank you all for joining us. It's been a great honor and a wonderful show. All right. I think we need to bring her back again one more time. So meanwhile, what? Oh, okay. I got something. We need 3 episodes from you, Miss Emma. So we are going to work it out. We are going to work you out. No, don't worry. We'll work it out because I really, really enjoy your conversations. I mean, we need to learn. We need to know more. And you are one of those people who can actually teach. Maybe because of your lecturer, profession, I don't know, but you just have it in you. You're so knowledgeable about a lot of things, and I think we need to learn more. We need it for ourselves, we need it for our community, we need it for our society. And I'm so proud as an African to also call you my sister. You are from Cameroon, but I'm from Nigeria, but you are dear my sister.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much. Please give it up for Emma. Thank you all for coming.
I want to thank you very much.
Yes. All right. So meanwhile, thank you so much, everyone out there. Hope you enjoy this episode. I learned so much and I hope you learn. So enjoy this music and have a great weekend. All right. Hear from me.
Thank you to all the viewers.
Yes. And from me, What's Popping, Ebolo Akivinen. Bye for now.
I swear to God, your body nice. Napenda nikone kila siku. Asubuhi mchana mpaka night. If you never see you, no go sleep. I swear to God, your body nice. Napenda nikone kila siku. Show me what you got. Show me what you got. Show me what you got.
Come to take the honey from the honey pot. Why you got to try when I got a lot? Where you wanna park where I got a lot? I got a lot, then I got a lot.
Lord Sky on the beat.
Some say that I'm blind, no be my way. There's nobody like you. I gave you my heart, then you throw it. Yeah. JC ready. I can't believe, say, now the person where they try to deceive me. Yeah. The girl sexiness, no be play. Yeah. Girl, I go die for your body, oh. Get me, I go fight anybody, oh. Anybody we go try me, they go surgery, oh. Cause them other girls, they no sabi, oh. Girl, I go die for your body, oh. Get me, I go fight anybody, oh. Anybody we go try me, they go surgery, oh. Cause them other girls, they no sabi, oh. Girl, I don't mind. If not fight, I go fight for you. Yeah, and I don't mind. If not to cry, I go cry for you. Yeah, I don't mind. Me, I will do anything for you. Can if not to die, I'm gonna go die for you. Cause this is reality. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is reality. I'm sorry, the reality. I'm sorry. She got a lot of sugar that did them plenty. Yeah. I know say my girl no be senti. Cause I know what I'm feeling. Gucci LV, she get them Chanel Fendi. Ferragamo Bentley. Lamborghini Benzie, she get to see my life and my pocket empty. It's not easy to be a man, oh. I'm just a hustler and I want to survive. Oh. It's not easy to be a man, oh. I'm just a hustler and I want to survive, just to survive. Girl, I go die for your body, oh. Get me, I go fight anybody, oh. Anybody we go try me, they go surgery, oh. Cause them other girls, they no sabi, oh. Girl, I go die for your body, oh. Get me, I go fight anybody, oh. Anybody we go try me, they go surgery, oh. Cause them other girls, they no sabi, oh. Girl, I don't mind. If not fight, I go fight for you. Yeah, and I don't mind. If not to cry, I go cry for you. Yeah, I don't mind. Me, I feel do anything for you. Girl, if not to die, I'm not gonna die for you. Cause this is reality. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry, this is reality. I'm sorry, not reality. I'm sorry, girl, I go die for your body, oh. Get me, I go fight anybody, oh. Anybody we go try me, then go surgery, oh. Cause them other girls, they no sabi, oh. Girl, I go die for your body, oh. Get me, I go fight anybody, oh. Anybody we go try me, then go surgery, oh. Cause them other girls, girl, I don't mind. If not fight, I go fight for you. I go fight for you, and I don't mind. If not to cry, I go cry for you. Me, I go cry for you. I go cry for you. Mind. Me, I feel do anything for you. Girl, if not to die, I'm not gonna die for you. Cause this is reality. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. This is reality. I'm sorry, not reality. I'm sorry. This is reality. I've been searching for the right one. I've been searching for you all along. Darling, I'm searching for more. Searching. Baby girl, you're such a miracle. Thank you, mama. You beautiful. I'll take my time with you. I'll take it slow. Ooh. Girl, I am loving you for days. Anytime you call my name, feel like I go crazy. Girl, I am loving you for days. Anytime you call my name, feel like I go crazy. Shut it down. Get it down. So crazy. Get it. I go finish work for you tonight. Be careful, baby, you my kryptonite. Don't betray me. Don't be a liar. If they laugh at you, not thunder. And if you travel, baby, come back. Don't do why you jump and on top and girl, I am loving you for days. Anytime you call my name, feel like I regret. Girl, I am loving you for days. Anytime you call my name, feel like I regret. All girls all over the world, the next amount of attention. Shady baby, there's a opponent. We run this town.
Wine for me, wine for me, wine baby go gaga. The way you sit up on the thing, girl, wine for the cocky, oh baby go gaga. I tell you, wine for me, wine for me, wine go gaga. Yeah, you sit up on the thing, girl, wine for the cocky, my girl, make me go gaga. Don't float me, give me girl, it's your way. Wine for the booty, baby, oh day. Don't float me, give me girl, it's your way. Wine for the booty, baby, girl, oh day. Don't float me, give me girl, it's your way. Wine for the booty, baby, oh day. Don't float me, give me girl, it's your way. Wine for the booty, baby, girl, oh day. Young girl, come give it a little wine now. Give it a little wine now. Give it a little wine, come rock it up and cocky bike now. Give it a little wine now. Give it a little wine now. Give it a little wine, come rock it up and ready bike now. No fun a cup and the hot all day. Wap a tap up and the girl them waist. They can't kill the vibe on the girl now the place then go see it out. So where the girl them there. No fun a cup and the hot all day. Wap a tap up and the girl them waist. They can't kill the vibe on the girl now the place then go see it out. So let me see you just go down. Girl with the Coca-Cola back a shape go down. Catch when they with them slow wine see me go down. Off of them I envy you feel me you not go down. Wap pam pam. You not give a damn give a what a bam bam. Say wap pam pam. Me no want no bagel and tacky. Sit down for the cocky walkie don't wine for me girl. Wine for me, wine baby go gaga. The way you sit up on the thing girl, wine for the cocky oh baby go gaga. I tell you wine for me, wine go gaga. Hey, you sit up on the thing girl, wine for the cocky my girl make me go mad. Don't float me, give me girl it's your way. Wine for the booty baby oh day. Don't float me, give me girl it's your way. Wine for the booty baby girl oh day. Don't float me, give me girl it's your way. Wine for the booty baby oh day. Don't float me, give me girl it's your way. Wine for the booty baby girl oh day.
So many girl want try, but believe me they're slow, darling. None of them can whine at all. So many girl want wine, but believe me they're slow, honey. None of them can move at all. Give me the wine flow. It's up on the place, make you run down the show. Man, and them the rock a kind side from the door. You tell them, say me girl a block on the dance floor. My girl, rise up on the hand if you get the sweetest taboo. Hey, you get the sweetest taboo. Bend down low if you get the cutest baboo. Hey, you get the cutest baboo. My girl, rise up on the hand if you get the sweetest taboo. Hey, you get the sweetest taboo. Bend down low if you get the cutest baboo. Hey, you get the cutest baboo.
Wine for me, wine baby go gaga. The way you sit up on the thing, girl, wine for the cocky, oh baby go gaga. I tell you, wine for me, wine go gaga. Hey, you sit up on the thing, girl, wine for the cocky, my girl, make me go mad. Don't float me, give me girl, it's your way. Wine for the booty, baby, oh day. Don't float me, give me girl, it's your way. Wine for the booty, baby, girl, oh day. Don't float me, give me girl, it's your way. Wine for the booty, baby, oh day. Don't float me, give me girl, it's your way. Wine for the booty, baby, girl, oh day. So let me see you just go down. Girl with the Coca-Cola back a shape go down. Catch when they with them slow wine for me go down. Off of them I envy you feel me you not go down. Wap pam. You not give a damn give a what a bam bam. Say wap pam. Me no want no bagel and tacky. Sit down for the cocky walkie don't wine for me girl. Me no want no bagel and tacky. Sit down for the cocky walkie don't wine for me girl.
Hello, hey, Siri. Hello, baby. How far now? Why you there now? Why they do like this now? Party don't finish, everybody don't go. The video don't go as he don't carry go. You understand? Perusi don't do okay. Even get them myself, don't get them. Now only me, you just dey for bed here. Why they do that? You dey come now. You dey talk. Even Israel they go don't reach promised land by now. Okay, that was me. Oh baby. Who the movie I want to answer? You know, say I love you. Oh yeah, I love you. See, make I bust your brain. Say you know iPhone S. You know iPhone S? Oh no, I don't buy your iPhone S charger. Hello? Who the me? Hello? Show cut here.
Oh my God, I'm fucked up right now.
Shake me. Obio.
Damn, fresh on the beat.
And the get man. Bang bang. Friend man. I'm losing control. Love is blind, but I see. I see you. For Kumasi. I no go tell no lie. No me. You know me. I know it. If you there my side, only you. For your sake I go feed the team my white oh. If you be mine, only you.
Yeah, you tuning live to Jesse Radio, and that was Evan was popping with Evan, and we have incredible Mama M. That was our special guest today, and the show was amazing. So, do just wrap up today, and Adra will catch you 8 p.m. So stay tuned. This is Jesse Radio. Until then, we see you 8 p.m. Bye bye.
I can't wait to connect you. Cause your mother one day injure me. Cause your mother one day